You know, I've often said that the greatest moment in the history of American sports is the moment that Jackie Robinson broke the color line, integrated our national pastime.
From Major League Baseball's perspective, this is a very important project. It helps to keep the Tortugas here in Daytona.
Boy, we're really lucky to be in Daytona Beach. It's a great place. There's a great renaissance taking place right now. Great fans, great city administration. We're really lucky.
And when you start thinking about what this ballpark means to the city and what it means to Major League Baseball, it's a win-win for everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the city of Daytona Beach and the Daytona Tortugas, we'd like to welcome you to our groundbreaking ceremony here for Jackie Robinson Ballpark. My name is Bobby Latmore, and I am the Community Relations Manager of the Daytona Tortugas, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies today, and we'll get this thing rolling here right now. Beautiful place, isn't it? This is a majestic ballpark, and it goes all the way back to 1914 when it used to be called City Island Park. A lot of Major League teams have come through here. Basically, all 28, 29 Major League teams have had representation at here. Over 340 actual players have played on this field and actually gone on to play Major League Baseball. So we thank everybody here from the city of Daytona for supporting that throughout the years. When this facility was built, it was just a baseball field. The grandstands weren't built until 1920, and as you can see, they're still around. Whoever built them did a pretty good job. All the other stands were added later on. Our last update in this stadium was 1988, I believe, and then we added something else in 2018, which was like a turf field. So we've done a little bit of updates, but today is a major movement in making Jackie Robinson Ballpark a better field for fan experience and for player development. A multi-level building of player programs will be built out in the right field area on the existing tennis courts, and a 2-story conference and entertainment center will be built right here along where the home clubhouse is on the left field line. So a lot is going on here in the next 2 years, and it starts today. I want to introduce you to some very special people that are sitting out here today. From the city of Daytona Beach, Mayor Derrick Henry, Commissioner Monica Paris, Commissioner Ken Strickland, Commissioner Juanita May. We want to thank you particularly because you were the driving force to get this started. And we want to say thank you from all of us as fans in Daytona Beach and the city of Daytona Beach for saying, good job. Thank you again. Let's introduce some other special people that we have here today. Also seated an honored guest with us today from Major League Baseball, the Senior Manager for Minor League Operations, Mr. Freddie Seymour.
I work in the Commissioner's office, and I'm responsible for having all 120 of our clubs, PDL clubs, meet compliance standards. But it's also been fun to invest myself into the Tortuga family with the Cincinnati Reds, to let them know, hey, I care about baseball existing for you here, for your Class A affiliate, just as much as you do.
The Senior Counsel to the Commissioner of Baseball, Mr. Chris Brum. From the Cincinnati Reds, Director of Player Personnel, Jeremy Farrell. President of Baseball Operations, Mr. Nick Kroll. and the president and CEO of the Reds, Mr. Phil Castellini. From Bethune-Cookman, athletic director and head basketball coach, Mr. Reggie Theus.
This is a part of Daytona's history. Bethune-Cookman is a part of Daytona's history. So to merge the two together, to be a part of that as athletic director and as a former athlete, listen, it couldn't get any better for me. You know, when you do things the right way, when you do things that are logical, when you have this something in front of you that's bigger than yourself, and when you start thinking about what this ballpark means to the city and what it means to Major League Baseball, it's a win-win for everybody.
From the company leading the build in this new upgrade, in this new program, construction that's about to start, from Barton Mallow, Mr. Len Moser. From the company with the design, MSA Sports, Bill Baker. And from the Daytona Tortugas, co-owner and operating manager, Mr. Bob Fergal. Co-owner, Reese Smith. Co-owner, Rick French. And the general manager of the Daytona Tortugas, Mr. Jim Jaworski.
It means more baseball at Jackie Robinson Ballpark, right? To not only honor the history that took place here on March 17th, 1946, but to continue to tell that story, to continue to create those moments, and to continue to create memories is pretty special.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to invite Mayor Henry up to the podium to say a few words. Mayor Henry.
Good evening. It's a great day in Daytona Beach. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to the ownership team of the Tortugas for not giving up on baseball in Daytona. We think we were worth the fight. We certainly were in it with you, and we're delighted that baseball will continue as it should. On behalf of my colleagues on the City Commission who have been introduced, on behalf of the citizens of Daytona Beach, this is a proud and magnificent day in the history of our city. You know, our great matriarch, Mary McLeod Bethune, said that we are all the heirs and custodians of a rich and great legacy. We here in Daytona Beach take our history and our heritage with great pride, and we are proud to be the custodians of the birthplace of the modern civil rights movement. You know, I have often said that the greatest moment in the history of American sports is the moment that Jackie Robinson broke the color line, integrating our national pastime. A few weeks ago, the city manager, myself, and Deputy Manager Driscoll had the opportunity to travel to New York City. We met there with leadership team of the Jackie Robinson Museum and Foundation. They concurred with me and my assessment of the role and the importance of Daytona Beach in Jackie's legacy and his trek to Cooperstown. Because it was Martin Luther King Jr. himself who said to Jackie and others that I would not be able to do my work were it not for you setting the ground and establishing the righteousness of my work. And so we in Daytona Beach are proud to make this great investment of $30 million, which is a lot for a city of our size. But we believe that baseball belongs in this facility. And we are proud of our role in helping Jackie to make his great march. So on behalf of the citizens of Daytona Beach, let baseball continue, but most importantly, help us to continue to build upon the legacy of Jack, to show the world that from humble beginnings, great things can happen. Jackie did those great things, large part because of our commitment as a city and a community to doing the right thing. So let baseball be played, let Jackie's legacy live forever, and let our partnership with each of you be one that resonates and says that through teamwork, great things can happen. Thank you. God bless Daytona Beach.
Thank you, Mayor Henry. That was great. Now, saying a few words, I'd like to introduce to you the Senior Counsel of Major League Baseball to the Commissioner, Mr. Chris Brum.
This is a very important project. It helps to keep the Tortugas here in Daytona with all the history. Jackie Robinson obviously is a huge historical figure that we very much focus on, and almost many of the aspects of the things we work on at the Commissioner's office. And to see that history and the legacy preserved here is really a great moment for us. Thank you, Bobby, for that kind welcome. And thank you, Mayor Henry and the commissioners for your vision and the resources in leading the way into a new era at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. My name's Chris Brum, and I'm the Senior Vice President and Head Counsel, Corporate and Finance for the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball. In that role, I help to administer and oversee the governance of minor league baseball. And I'm honored to be here today to represent Major League Baseball, along with my colleagues Freddie Seymour, who Bobby introduced before, and Andy Schultz, who's somewhere out there, who's our regional supervisor for the state of Florida. MLB has had a great history in Daytona Beach, dating back to 1920. Many memorable players have played on this field, but none more memorable than when a young black man walked out onto this field on March 17th, 1946, and changed baseball and American history forever. Jackie Robinson will forever be known as an American hero. Jackie Robinson taught us a lot, and through all the changes that we've seen since 1946, from the designated hitter rule to pitch clocks, one thing that continues at the core of this sport is that everyone, no matter of their race, gender, or nationality, is welcome to play this game. And we owe that to Jackie Robinson and all his fellow trailblazers throughout baseball history. Major League Baseball has made a concerted effort to ensure that minor league ballparks not only provide fans with a safe place to watch baseball games, but also serve as a safe and inclusive workplace in which players can develop the skills they need to succeed. With the planned renovations to this historic ballpark, everyone will have a safe and enjoyable venue that they will be proud to call home. Even with the new construction, the traditions and history of this great baseball shrine will never change. Jackie Robinson Ballpark is truly an American landmark. Thank you again for inviting me out here today and my colleagues to attend this groundbreaking ceremony. And thank you, Mayor Henry, and the commissioners, and the rest of Daytona Beach for being a great baseball city.
Thank you, Chris. Now at this time, I'd like to introduce to you the President and CEO of the Cincinnati Reds, Mr. Phil Casanelli.
Thank you, Bobby. On behalf of the entire Reds organization, thank you to Mayor Henry, the commissioners, Mr. Fiatch, Drew Driscoll, Ben Gross, and Kyra Hans, who are attending in the audience today. And I want to thank the rest of the Daytona Beach community for years of support that you've shown this ballpark and our franchise, and the players who have played here. Our shared goal is to win a World Series, and that begins with our minor league affiliates cultivating a winning mindset for our players. Having this robust, baseball-loving fan base in Daytona Beach, cheering them on, makes our young players hungry to be the best. The Reds have enjoyed our relationship with Daytona over these past 9 years. In all, 40 players have come through Daytona and go on to play in the major leagues. Players like Tyler Stevenson, TJ Antone, TJ Friedel, Jonathan India, and a guy you might have heard of, Ellie De La Cruz. They are all making their marks in the big leagues thanks in large part to the time that they had here. It wasn't just the training they received with the Tortugas, it was how the fans in the community embraced them on and off the playing field. You made Daytona Beach feel like their home, and this historic ballpark welcomes every fan who comes to see a game and have fun. As I look around, I see how awesome this ballpark is, and I can see the vision of what will be. We are grateful to have Daytona as one of our minor league locations. You can just feel the history and excitement everywhere you go in the stadium. And for sure, you feel the spirit of Jackie Robinson around every turn of these hallowed baseball grounds. All of Reds country look forward to seeing what future brings with the training facilities and fan amenities that we are about to break ground on. Thank you to Tortuga Nation for inspiring pride in helping us win championships at the Cincinnati Reds. And thank you again, Mayor Henry and the commissioners and your whole team in this city for the continued support. We are so proud to be a part of this ongoing Jackie Robinson legacy. Thank you for having us. Go Tortugas, go Reds.
Thank you, Phil. And now I'd like to bring up the co-owner and operating manager of the Daytona Tortugas, Mr. Bob Fergal.
Plan right now is to build a new training center past the right field wall that will house both the home and visitors clubhouses, shared batting cages, shared weight rooms, individual training rooms, commissaries, locker rooms for women, because we got a lot of women coaches coming through baseball now, umpires. That's phase one, and that's going to be built in the right field wall, past the right field wall. Once that's done, we knock down the old clubhouses, and in their place, we put social spaces for fans.
You know me, if I don't use this script, I'm going to talk for hours.
2 minutes.
Thanks, Bobby. On behalf of my partners, Reese Smith, Rick French, and Kyle McCune, I'd like to pile on and thank Mayor Henry, the commissioners, Mr. Fiacher, Drew, Ben, Kira, and the fine folks at Barton Mallow and MSA Design for their partnership and support during the past 4-year journey that continues today with our groundbreaking. It hasn't always been easy. From making it through the minor league reorganization of 2020, with the support of the Reds and this city, to surviving COVID with no revenue for 21 months, to 2 years of concept design, the negotiation of a win-win lease, and now moving through the construction phase, this has been pretty interesting. But when the going got tough, we could always rely on the partnerships we enjoy with the city, the Reds, and Major League Baseball to help us get through the tough times. This is without a doubt a great day in Daytona Beach. Jackie Robinson Ballpark is a cathedral, not only for its unique place in baseball and civil rights history, thanks to the help provided by Mary McLeod Bethune, but also as a place that our fans continue to honor by coming out to every game and supporting our team. And we thank you all very, very much for that. We begin our 10th season, if you can believe it, next year. By the way, this year's schedule's out and we're selling tickets already. I had to do that. With the new facilities about to be constructed, this project not only means we'll be compliant with Major League Baseball facility standards, but it will also make for a better fan experience at the Jack. Over the next 2 to 3 years, this ballpark will go through some pretty big changes. But I can assure you of this: the character and historic nature of Jackie Robinson Ballpark will stay the same, and the new pieces of the park will be integrated into the old graciously. And for that, I know Jackie would be proud. Our groundbreaking today is another chapter in the proud 110-year history of baseball on City Island, and in the renaissance that's taking place here in Daytona Beach. The Tortugas are proud to be a part of this, and we want to thank everybody for their continued support of what we do here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you all have been watching a video that's been playing on the screen. It's actually the only video that's ever had Jackie Robinson that we know historically that has been filmed playing on this field. You've been watching it a little bit, and I believe we may have, yep, it's up there right now. The little boy that's in there is the Bat Boy, and that's the Bates family. Little did they know back in 1946 when they were filming their son picking up Jackie Robinson's bat, how significant and historical this video would be. Well, that little boy is here today. George, will you please stand? We thank you, George, and the Bates family for honoring us by letting us borrow that video for us today. Thank you so much, George. Appreciate you. And I bet you George has a few stories that he'd like to talk to you about too after the show. Well, it's about that time we've all been waiting for. Honored guest, will you please rise? Hats on. Approach the dirt. Our first step is going to go ahead and dig and hold it. Looking at the cameras. We're going to raise up the dirt in our shovels. Hold it. And then we're going to flip it. Congratulations, a new era begins at Jackie Robinson Ballpark here today. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony for today. Thank you so much for coming out. Guess what? Tortugas play after this as they host the St. Lucie Mets. Right after this, first pitch starts at 6:35. Don't go anywhere. Let's have a great time. Thank you again for coming.